From record-breaking rainfall to megadroughts that haven't been seen in North America for 1,000 years, climate change is transforming the very face of the continent. While some cities are getting the worst of it, others can only hope for a technological breakthrough to rescue them. Welcome to Technality. I'm Alex Melky, and today we're looking at the 5 US cities that are going to take the hardest hit from climate change. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of Technality. New Orleans, home to Mardi Gras, the birthplace of the blues, and the worst natural disaster in modern North America. Hurricane Katrina killed thousands, displaced tens of thousands more, and left the government with a $215 billion bill, the costliest natural disaster in US history. It's no surprise that a city that was 85% underwater after Katrina hit is also one of the most vulnerable places in the United States when it comes to climate change. Some climate projections are suggesting something big is coming, the worst of which estimates 99% of homes in New Orleans will be underwater by 2050, that the state of Louisiana will look a lot less like a livable place and more like an unlivable floodplain. Louisiana has been losing about 25 square miles of land per year in recent decades, and if temperatures continue rising as they have, that flood could come a whole lot sooner. Everything is bigger in Texas. The Lone Star State is home to the biggest cowboy boots in the world, the biggest pecan in the world, and the biggest crab statue in the world, which was rebuilt recently after being destroyed by Hurricane Harvey, a hurricane that broke nearly every rainfall record in the country. Then, in 2021, the state entered a deep freeze, crippling everyone in Houston and the surrounding area without power, setting back years of rebuilding after Hurricane Harvey, and setting the stage for what's still to come. And then there's the heat. Projections show that Houston can expect up to 85 days of temperatures over 100 degrees per year by 2050, turning what is currently one of the fastest growing tech cities in the world into a desert wasteland. Add on an increasing number of tornadoes and hurricanes, and you end up with one of the most inhospitable climates known to man. That is, before the ocean eats up the area closest to the shore. But all is not lost. In 2020, the city of Houston announced its Climate Action Plan that aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and meet the Paris Agreement goal of carbon neutrality by 2050, taking the lead in the global energy transition. New York City is no stranger to catastrophic events, but it is a shining beacon of hope that bounces back better and stronger than ever before. But the impact of climate change is hitting harder, and so is the city's breaking point. In 2012, Superstorm Sandy killed 44 people and damaged properties worth $19 billion. More recently, Hurricane Ida trapped all 5 boroughs of New York City underwater, captured in some of the most horrific footage to hit social media. Below ground, subway stations turned into underground swimming pools. Above ground, boats set out to rescue people stranded in their cars as water levels rose above 4 feet. This was a glimpse of what could be a permanent fixture to the city that never sleeps. But New York isn't giving up. Right now, it's working on a $1.45 billion mega project that might just save one of the greatest cities ever built from washing away forever. Named the Seawall, this series of 5-meter-tall floodwalls will be linked together, spanning a massive 4 kilometers. Maybe we shouldn't count New York out just yet. But the East Coast isn't alone in bearing the brunt of rising sea levels and chaotic natural disasters. With nearly 85% of its population living so close to the Pacific Ocean, California is at ground zero for feeling the effects of climate change. The sea level along the state's coast has already risen nearly 8 inches in the past century and is expected to rise by as much as 55 more inches in the next 80 years. Today, Los Angeles is in the eye of a multi-year megadrought that is threatening the lives of millions. Farmers are having their water sources cut off, dwindling their crops and causing raging wildfires. A record-breaking drought that hasn't been recorded in over 1,000 years that will be around until 2030, if we're lucky. But Los Angeles isn't sitting around waiting for the worst-case scenario. Their goal, as of now, is to get the city to 80% below 1990 levels of greenhouse gas emissions. Expect a lot more electric vehicles and less water waste as the entire state works against the clock in a last-ditch effort to turn back time. The idea that someday Miami will be at the bottom of the ocean is nothing new. The 1958 film The Unchained Goddess shared a world ravaged by climate change, with disaster tourists visiting the ruins of Miami 150 feet below seawater. The reality might not be as bleak as this American Atlantis, but it's not far off. Water levels in Miami have risen 6 inches in the past 25 years, but with some experts predicting it will rise another 2 feet by 2060. Miami is also geologically built on a foundation of porous limestone, so a 20-foot seawall would do almost nothing to prevent incoming floods from washing everything away. But all is not lost. Like New Orleans, Miami is committed to community-wide carbon neutrality by 2050, but being the tip of the spear, this is one city that will be feeling the effects of climate change in spite of any attempts to lessen the impact of natural disaster. Only time will tell if their plan to adapt and mitigate will pay off. From Miami to New York and even New Orleans, some American cities are facing down the ocean as this apex predator comes for them, inch by inch. Meanwhile, Houston and California might turn to a dry wasteland before the floodwaters ever even get to them. Still, humans continue their never-ending push for survival, adapting to every threat as if their very lives depended on it, because this time, they do.